All right, let's talk about college students now and the international students whose visas have been suddenly revoked by the Trump administration. Well, now the ACLU of Oregon is suing the federal government on behalf of a student at Oregon State. They say Aaron Ortega Gonzalez, a Ph.D. student from Mexico, suddenly had his visa canceled earlier this month. The ACLU says he found out from the school and the government didn't give a reason.
For Aaron in particular, the reason provided from the school is also a pattern we're seeing across the country. The school is stating that the reason in CVIS is that there's criminal records check and/or visa is revoked. So it's a really unclear justification, so much so that it's not a justification at all. Aaron has no criminal history, so that part doesn't make sense. And if the United States government is revoking any sort of visa or status, they need to provide a fair process to Aaron, including notice to Aaron and an opportunity to challenge their justifications, and they've not done any of that.
Ortega Gonzalez is from Mexico, and he's doing his research in wildfire impacts.
He came to Oregon State to engage in vital research to figure out how do we best protect our rangeland after they've been injured by wildfires. And so what Aaron's doing at Oregon State University is a really important contribution to the state of Oregon and to the United States generally as we face wildfires expanding, especially in the West.
The ACLU says he's expected to leave the country, but the timeline is unclear since he hasn't been given any information from the government about the situation.
In order to revoke F1 student status, the government needs to have a reason. Things like failing to maintain a full course of study, failing to be engaged in authorized work, or rather engaging in unauthorized work is a potential justification. Aaron's done none of that. Aaron's followed the rules. He's not so much as had a traffic ticket. So again, this sort of arbitrary pattern that we're seeing across the country seems to be at play in Oregon as well. We all have the right to basic due process, fair treatment from the government. We have the right that the government's actions are not arbitrary. And so these are the types of challenges we're bringing with Aaron's case.
So as of last week, Oregon State says at least 13 international students have lost their visa status recently. Portland State says 2 current students and a recent graduate lost theirs. 4 students at the University of Oregon were affected and 3 students at Portland Community College.